Juliet, in this scene you went to Friar Lawrence for guidance about your plight, but on arrival you found Paris, the man who would be your husband. And Paris, you found your soon-to-be bride reluctant in returning your affection. In Act 4, Scene 1, Paris says, "Happily met, my lady and my wife." Then, in return, you say, "That may be, sir, when I be a wife." You seem to recoil at Paris's love in this line. Why is that so?
My heart will always be with Romeo. Nothing can change that. Paris will have to face that. If I do so, it will be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Paris, throughout this scene, you continue to openly express your love for Juliet, and yet she seemingly is reluctant in returning any affection to you. You asking Juliet to not deny to him, Friar Lawrence, that she loves you, leads me to question what emotions you might be feeling throughout this scene. Is it uncomfortable? Are you inwardly nervous?
Although I enter the scene with confidence, it begins to dwindle as I realize just how much Juliet despises of me and our proposed marriage. Luckily, I'm able to sustain a smile and a somewhat cocky attitude throughout the entire appearance, yet inside, my stomach begins to turn with emotion as I come to the realization that Juliet does not, in fact, love me. This is made obvious when she states that she will only say that she loves me behind my back and never directly to my face. If I do so, it will be more of price being spoke behind your back than to your face. This really hurts. She might as well have just slapped me across the face, you know? I mean, come on, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Paris, when you speak to Juliet and say, "That may be, must be, love on Thursday next," do you really believe that if she does not have any affection for you when you have this conversation, that she might actually love you in just a week's time? What was the motive behind this line?
Although I spoke this line to Juliet, I feel like it was more spoken to myself. Back when I was just a young boy, I had this best friend by the name of Thomas. He was a great guy. To any stranger, it would have seemed that the two of us were brothers, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Days and days we'd spend running wild through the cornfields. And then there was Thomas's mother, who I loved like a mother. The day she died was one of the hardest of my life, and for months to come it haunted me. I began to talk to myself, comforting myself. Ever since, on occasion, I may say something to another person, but really it is directed towards myself. In this particular case, I feel that I need to clarify that any uncertainty of the two of us getting married on Thursday next must be absolutely resolved. I want to believe that Juliet might love me next Thursday, but things are not looking too promising. Yet then Juliet goes on to respond, "What may be, must be," which gives me an inward hope that, regardless of her feelings for me, that I will marry young Juliet on Thursday next.
Describe your passionate love of Juliet, on who you plant a holy kiss.
Very well, then. Let the entire world know my love for this tender girl. Shout it from the top of the tallest mountain. Oh, how beautiful she is. Oh, how slender her body moves. How her knowing eyes seem to drip with sweet seduction. Just a glance will have your heart melted in your chest. Melted like honey. Just one touch and your skin will come alive. Hair standing on end, tingling with emotion. She is the gorgeous monster that haunts my soul, and yet, let that monster eat my heart out. For this angel among us. Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears, but let me catch these golden droplets and drink them. For all their worth, for they will warm me inside, filling me with golden love. I love thee, Juliet, I love thee, forever and always. I love thee.
There you have it, folks. Thank you, Paris, for sharing your heart with the entire world. Friar Lawrence, when you talked aside to yourself saying, I knew not why it should be slowed. What did you mean by this? Were you confused about something? Explain.
What I meant by this is that I wish I didn't know the reason why the marriage should be slowed down. I wish I didn't know about Romeo and Juliet's love for each other. as it forced me to lie to Paris. Uneven is the course, I like it not.
Why do you continue to aid Juliet?
Because Juliet and I have become very close to each other, and she entrusts me with a huge secret. For this reason, I am bound to help fulfill her happiness and help bring her and Romeo, her true husband, back together. Oh, Juliet, I already know thy grief.
Capulet, when you said he may chance to do some good on her, what did you mean? What was running through your head?
I was remembering what a peevish, self-willed harlotry she had been. I hoped that Friar Lawrence would help her to realize that she was wrong to disobey my wishes and that marrying Paris would be a very good choice. I hoped that she, as my only daughter, would make the right choice and marry Paris.
When Juliet came to you to apologize for her behavior and ended by saying, "Henceforth I am ever ruled by you," what were you thinking? What was your reaction to this?
Go.
I was so happy that she had come to her senses and come to apologize for her behavior. She had finally realized that it is her place to obey me, and that she was lucky to be marrying as good a man as Paris. I couldn't wait to send for the county and tell him of this wonderful news.
And that's all from Romeo and Juliet Studios. Good night.